afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Okanogan Highlands, extreme northeastern corner of Washington State. This is the beautiful Kettle River, and there's a beach here, and people are going swimming. The water, they tell me, is cold but refreshing. I believe it. It's such a beautiful spot. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you briefly was that this part of Washington State is where some of the oldest rocks can be found in the state. Approximately 700 million years old. And the reason for that is because in the Okanogan Highlands, this is where the supercontinent called Rodinia broke apart, or rifted, R-I-F-T-I-N-G, rifted away from Rodinia and drifted west from here. And what you're looking at right now to my east, which is across the river, is for the most part the new edge of a continent called Laurentia. And this area here was subject to marine deposits because we had a new coastline and an ancient sea was formed, and a lot of sediment came down and was metamorphized into this beautiful rock. This rock is sedimentary, but it's metamorphic rock, which means it's changed its composure, but it's at least 700 million years old. Anyway, this is going back to the beginning when there was no Pacific Ocean that we know of, that we are familiar with. And this is the edge of North America. The continent was called Laurentia. It all happened here in the Okanogan Highlands. Welcome to the Okanogan. Things look very different up here. This is called Sweet Creek, and it's flowing down towards the Pend Oreille River. Just a beautiful little rest area here. You'll notice two different kinds of rock here, very distinctive. One is this dark layer. That's called the Ledbetter Slate. And these light-colored orange beautiful rocks, that's called the Addy Quartzite. These are very, very old rocks. Probably the oldest rocks I'm ever going to find in Washington State. More on that later. Still here in the Okanogan region of Washington State. It's very different up here from what we saw down in the Columbia River before. And it's here where, once again, the rifting of the supercontinent Rodinia split apart, and this side of Rodinia drifted off towards Antarctica or Serbia, and the rifted margin is where we are right now. But the oldest rocks that can be found here are not in Washington State. They're actually just in Idaho, and some of the rocks are 2.5 billion years old. But here in Washington State and the Okanogan, we're on the margin of the continent where the Pacific Ocean just started to form, and there are a lot of sedimentary rocks laid down over the eons. This right here is called Ledbetter Slate, and it was deposited in a deep ocean. You can see it's got layers to it. It's sedimentary. It was deposited in a deep ocean during the Ordovician period, 488 to 444 million years ago. The oldest rocks that I can tell there in Washington State is this called the Addy Quartzite. Addy Quartzite is Cambrian in age, which means it's 541 to 488 million years old. And this was once beach sand. This is once beach sand along an ocean shore. And this rock here, almost 500 million years old, 500 million. Addy Quartzite used to be sand. It used to be sand along an ocean on the edge of the new continent, Laurentia. This was right when the Pacific Ocean was being formed. Pretty amazing stuff. So yeah, free samples. I'm taking these back home with me. The search continues.